Water is as old as when God created the world. Water is life. Water is an inelastic product in the sense that no one can do without it. It is one of the most essential and consumed products by human for existence all over the world, and it cannot be substituted. Water plays crucial roles for human domestic use, like for drinking, cooking, etc. Water is a natural resource and gift from God. Miyanan and Melako 2020 states that water is a precious national asset and have been ranked second only to oxygen. Consumers believe that consumption of pure table water can help to reduce diseases like cold, fever, metropolitan attacks, dysentery, and other viral infections. So many manufacturers of table water step in the process by inventing packaged drinking water, which is sterilized, passed through ultraviolet system, which is treated, concrete absorption and cleaning of viruses in nature. Today, pure table water has become a big business because so many companies have invested in the production and marketing of pure table water for human consumption. It has become a major market due to rapid decline of clean water resources, global warming and migration from villages to cities. The idea that the network for water and are dirty in large cities, change in consumer preferences and awareness about healthy life also have contributed to the process. Bottled water is defined as water that is kept in bottles or other containers, which is suitable for human consumption and does not contain added substances other than those that are appropriate for health and which inhibit microbial growth. Today, there are a number of health concerns about tap water. Many people now believe that bottled water is healthier than tap water and have placed increased importance in the consumption of bottled water. BAL 2014 examined consumer behavior towards bottled water consumption and factors affecting it. As a result, indicated that more than half of some participants in some research, 50% of them consume bottled water. And according to consumer, the most important reason for consuming bottled water was the feeling that tap water is unsafe to drink. Ferrer 2001 reviewed the history of bottled water and the current structure of bottled water industry in detail. As part of his conclusion, Ferrer underlined that bottled water has become a common habit in many people's everyday lives, and as such, bad taste or quality of the tap water. Culture have a big role to play in determining consumer behavior because of the environment we find ourselves, and that it will determine our interest in a particular product. Bottled water as a product include accelerated water, natural or distilled water, or other forms of water bottled in bottles, small or large packaging, ready for household consumption. Findings shows that demographics, high quality packaging, purified water has a positive effect on consumer preference of bottled water. Access to safe drinking water and hygienic way of living is a global concern, and the issue is especially serious in developing countries. People are becoming more health conscious and are more careful towards drinking water. Packaged drinking water has been taken as safe means of drinking water provision. Global packaged and pure drinking water industry is estimated to be the most dynamic sector of all the food and beverage industry. The product has passed through several water supply models, which are already established and treated, proving their effectiveness. Although there is evidence of consumer positive attitude towards packaged drinking water, this remain vacant gap, and frequent customers claims is that it is more safer to take bottled waters because their hygiene. This can be related to brand shift. Previous studies about packaged water predominantly focus on its production, regulation, sales, consumption, criticism, and concerns. However, However, few resources have studied the relationship between consumer use of packaged drinking water and their perception level of quality and its related factors. In addition, customer choice are properties in comparison to the actual condition of packaged water. Consumption of bottled water is increasing worldwide. Prior research shows that many believe bottled water is convenient and has better taste than tap water. Consumers are more likely to report bottled water as their primary drinking water source when they perceive that drinking tap water is not safe. Consumption of bottled water is increasing by 10% every year worldwide, with the fastest growth seen in the developing countries. The United States is the largest consumer market for bottled water in the world. Bottled water and tap water have some comparison which have been deliberated upon. Bottled water has been used in place of tap water for its convenience, better taste, and perceived purity. The adoption of a health preventive action like drinking bottled water is suggested to be influenced by perception of risk associated with drinking tap water, and is also thought to be closely related to assessment of drinking water quality. This suggests that perception of drinking water safely and belief about the ground and surface water quality. In a local area, it might be explanatory factors for a decision to select bottled water over tap water. Socio-economic status is also a factor affecting consumer decisions, particularly given the high cost associated with bottled water. Gender and education differences have been found to affect preference of bottled water over tap water because of their differences in perception of environmental risk. It was also found that younger people, females and males, are more likely to purchase bottled water. Young people are generally believed to be more susceptible to marketing and advertising, which are essential keys held by bottled water companies. Water is essential to human health and life. Access to safe water supplies and affordability are central concerns in our everyday life. Public health and individual consumers. Key implications of my finding are that public health officials and community leaders need to work to assure that the public municipal drinking water supplies are safe. Technological developments have also brought a lot of limelight to water production due to recycling of plastic products. It's not possible that after dumping drinking bottled water, the plastics that are threat to the environment is no longer threat because recycling have now taken a new shape because those plastic can be used to produce other products for human consumption and is a new trend in the industry. Thank you. Madi Osasunwe. I want to talk about my reflections on the documentaries of water consumption by consumers. From the documentary, you can see various occasions where consumers take water during personal activities, conferences, in class, even during gym in house, after working out, after exercises, fun gathering, social gathering. Water consumption is very paramount there. Water is an inelastic product to human, such as for drinking, domestic and farming use. The issue of consumer buying behavior of table and pure water has attracted interest of researchers and practitioners in marketing. The problem of scarcity of potable water, polluted water bodies, among others, and the need for quality drinking water give rise to today's competitive table and pure water business around the world. According to United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs 2014, it was observed that the reasons for growth of table and pure water includes lack of potable water, high health awareness in consumption of water, growth of polluted water bodies. And the motivation for the choice of pure table water in assessment of consumer behavior is that the product is most commonly competitive business sold in supermarkets, retail shops, kiosks, etc. Consumption of bottled water is increasing worldwide. Prior research shows that many consumers believe bottled water is convenient and has better taste than tap water. Consumers are more likely to report bottled water as their primary drinking water source when they perceive that drinking tap water is not safe. Consumption of bottled water is increasing by 10% every year worldwide, with the fastest growth seen in the developing countries. The United States is the largest consumer market for bottled water in the world. You can see a kind of comparison between bottled water versus tap water. It was seen that bottled water has been used in place of tap water for its convenience, better taste, and perceived purity. The adoption of a health preventive action like drinking bottled water is suggested to be influenced by perception of risk associated with drinking tap water and is also thought to be closely related to the subjective assessment of drinking water quality. This suggests that perception of drinking water safely and belief that about the ground and surface water quantity in a local area might be explanatory factors for a decision to select bottled water over tap water. Socioeconomic status is also a factor affecting consumer decisions, particularly given the high costs associated with bottled water. Gender and education differences have been found to affect preference of bottled water over tap water because of their differences in perception of environmental risk. It was also found out that younger people and females are more likely to purchase bottled water. Young people are generally believed to be more susceptible to marketing and advertising, which are essential keys held by bottled water companies. What Water is essential to human health and life. Access to safe water supplies and affordability are central concerns of public health and individual consumers. Key implications of my findings are that drinking table water is more better than tap water. And due to technological advancements, the threat of plastics to the environment is now a thing of the past. due to the fact that recycling of plastic to produce other products for human consumption is now a new trend in the industry. Thank you.